It's been a while since we've done fitness update, which is obviously not good since they're supposed to be frequent. But life gets busy, plans change, and things get in the way. I wish I'd been more consistent with these, but I hadn't. This is going to be a two-part video. If you just want the health and fitness update, I'm going to put this video in the chapters. You can just watch up to there, call it a day, cool. The second part of the video is going to talk a bit more about certain experiences and thoughts and feelings regarding experiences I've had that I think kind of overlaps going from health and fitness to more like beauty and aesthetics. The first half is very much just going to be reading numbers and comparing and contrasting performance. The second half is going to be a bit more personal. But first, let's get right into the fitness update. I've got some numbers here. Let's compare and contrast and see exactly how we're doing. We are weighing in at 105 kilograms. It's a 7 kilogram increase from where we were about 5 months ago. 7 kilogram increase. This greatly concerned me initially, but we'll speak a bit more about that in a minute. Neck is still 46 centimeters, nothing changed. Forearms is 28 centimeters, nothing changed. Biceps are now 34 centimeters. They saw a 2 centimeter increase while unflexed. Now, I can't remember the exact argument I saw online, but there was a person saying, hey, do you measure your arms flexed or unflexed? I had been measuring them unflexed. I don't know why, that just made sense to me at the time. And a guy posted a really good argument as to why you should be recording the flexed measurement instead of unflexed. I cannot remember at all what the logic was, but I remember reading it and being like, yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to be recording flexed from now on. 34 centimeters while unflexed, which is a 2 centimeter increase from last time. But when we are flexing the arms, you're looking at 37 centimeters. And for future fitness updates, we'll keep using flexed arm measurements. So 37 flexed. Shoulders came to 137 centimeters, which is a 9 centimeter increase, while chest came to 123 at a 7 centimeter increase. The weight gain is starting to make more sense now. Waist went up by 2 centimeters. Hips also went up by 2 centimeters, and thighs and calves also increased by 2 centimeters, going to 60 for thighs, 39 for the calves. So, if you remember, I wanted to be sub 100. I wanted to be like 95 kilograms, maybe. I didn't want to be in the triple digits. I wanted to be lower. So when I saw I'd gone up to 105, I was like, oh, I think I fucked up. That's not right. What's going on? But I was confused because at the same time, people, friends, family, strangers, we'll come to that in a minute, co-workers and friends were saying, hey, you're looking slimmer, you're looking more toned, you're looking more defined. And I was like, how can this be happening? Why is my weight going up, but I'm looking slimmer? How can that be? Go back to that waistline measurement. You're looking at a 2 centimeter increase. Meanwhile, the shoulders and chest is looking at a 9 and 7 centimeter increase. It's just muscle gain. And then following a body scan, I've got it written on my phone here. We did one of the body fat scanners, and apparently we are 20% body fat, which is great, you know. So I was concerned by the increase in body weight until I realized, oh, that's just muscle gain. We're going to continue to see how our body fat percentage falls, and I think the thing that's letting me down the most where burning fat is concerned, it's got to be diet. Because I have been active, I've been really good at keeping to a routine, and we'll get into more numbers in a moment, but we can see from our performance that we are getting stronger. Sleep is good. My eating is okay. I'm not tracking it. I'm not tracking, which is already a problem. I know what calories I should be consuming, and I know what my macros should be, and I'm very much like grabbing food, looking at the nutritional information, and doing like a really rough tally in my head, like, that should add up to about enough protein, and that should be just under for a calorie deficit. That should be fine. But we are not being rigid with this, and I think if I actually took that more seriously and actually tracked exactly what I'm eating and looked at what I'm consuming throughout the day, we'd get better results. That's a big goal for me now, is to actually pay attention to what I'm consuming and tracking that properly. In terms of performance in the gym, our shoulder press has been mental, where we went from 17.5 kilograms doing 12 reps up to 35 kilograms at 8 reps. 17.5 to 35, that's fucking mental. What I really need to do, and I was talking about this with my mate, my good friend Owen, the PT, and he was saying what we really need to create like a benchmark to track our strength is to start attempting a 1 rep max. I've never done that before. So that's my goal for this week. It is Monday the 23rd. I've not gone to the gym tonight because I can't tell if it shows in my appearance, but I feel sick as a dog. So we are resting up tonight. But presuming we're feeling good tomorrow, we're going to head back into the gym after work and attempt some 1 rep maxes and see just how much we can do in a 1 rep max. So that's my goal for this week, is find out what my 1 rep maximums are. That really covers it where the fitness update is concerned. We feel great. Our waistline has barely changed. Meanwhile, our shoulders and chest are really filling out. Everything else has had small increases across the board, but nothing I think is too significant. We're still very much figuring this out as we go along. If you just wanted to know where we were looking with our current body measurements and performance, that really sums it up. The second part of the video is more about like some thoughts and feelings and observations as we've continued down this fitness journey. This is very much just going to be off the top of my head, no script, just thoughts and feelings as they come, expressing them as they arrive. See it as like a rant or a ramble, speaking thoughts out into the void. So one personal experience that we're going through is feeling kind of amazed and kind of strange from our body. It's weird because I've really struggled with my self-image growing up. I did not like the body I inhabited. I didn't know how to change it, and now we're finally changing it. And it's nice, but also strange to be stepping out of the shower and looking at myself or taking my shirt off or getting unchanged and going, hey, I don't feel embarrassed or ashamed. I actually feel, maybe pride is too strong a word, but at the very least comfortable in my skin. I feel comfortable in this body. It actually becomes a bit weird where sometimes I feel like I literally don't recognize myself. So the most recent development for us, and this is something I was proud of, I stepped out the shower about a week ago and I was like staring at myself and I was like, what the fuck is that? Have I injured myself? Is this like a muscle strain, a muscle cramp? I can't feel any discomfort. What's going on? And what it is was that for the first time in my life, I could see my obliques coming through. I think we discussed this in a previous video, but most of my life it was very much a skinny fat build. Not a lot of muscle definition or tonality at all. So when I saw like these ripples, I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought I'd injured myself. So I took a photo, I sent it to the before mentioned friend Owen. I'm like, bro, what is this? And he's like, that's your obliques. You're doing good. And I was like, whoa. And since then, like when I'm getting changed or I get a shower, I'm like running my fingers over the top and I'm like, that's me. That's mine. That's me. This is my body. I have those. For me, like I grew up playing with the classic Action Man figures or seeing superheroes on cartoons and TV and movies, tight spandex, loads of muscle definition. So seeing definition myself, I was like, oh, that's like my childhood idols of what was kind of beamed and projected onto me of like, this is what a man should look like. This is a man. This is a person. This is a hero. Now I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm getting that. I'm starting to, it was really satisfying and it's nice and I'm proud of it. But it is also weird. There's a strange disconnect where I'm used to just having a very smooth, almost kind of like featureless body, where it's just round and smooth. Everything was just round and smooth. And now we're seeing definition and tonality and anatomical features, muscular features. And I'm like, oh my God, that's me. But that's where the disconnect comes in. I'm proud of that and I like that. And I'm enjoying how I'm looking on an aesthetic level. But there is this weird thing as well where I'm like, that's my body, this is me. Like a weird kind of disconnect as well between the mind and body where I'm like, that's me. So that's been a weird one. Ultimately a good thing and ultimately a nice thing, but also a strange thing. Another very like casual observation where I was like, oh, that's different, this is different, was when I went to France again. I saw my good friends in France again. And when I was waiting in the terminal to board the plane, I was leaning against this glass wall, leaning onto my shoulder. And this was kind of like the second realization of, oh my God, like my body's changing, what the fuck? And what it was, it's such a small thing, such a small, simple thing that made me realize the changes I'm undergoing, which is that when I leant on my shoulder, I've always had super slim arms, super, like, nothing to me, right? So I was used to, whenever I would lean against something, literally feeling the skin, the flesh, pinched between the surface and this bony top of my shoulder, like the actual shoulder bone. Like, I can remember feeling the pinch between the surface I was leaning on and the shoulder bone itself, like feeling this pinch. I'm leaning against the wall, and it was like there was a pillow. You know what I mean? It felt like there was a barrier, a soft. And I was like, where's the pinch? I was like, where's there should be like a slight discomfort here. Where is, I remember like, I'm like angling myself. I must have looked so weird to everyone else in the airport, but I was like, no, where's the pinch? There should be a pinch here. And in the end, I had to go like way down like this, where it was like the very top of my shoulder pressing into the wall before I could feel that pinch. And I realized like the deltoids here have expanded, even though I can like feel it, like even squeezing it, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, there's like, it's like a padding there, you know? So that was a little thing, but just leaning against the wall and feeling that padding from the muscle that's developed, as opposed to the pinch between bone and flesh, or the flesh between bone and surface. I was like, wow, that was cool. That was a nice one. So yeah, I'm feeling more confident. I feel more confident in photos. I'm really happy with the definition and tonality that's coming through, spotting more anatomical features coming through. The darker side of things though, and this is something I have been struggling with. Let me move this microphone a bit closer. I'm not sure if struggle is the right word, but something I've noticed that is a bit kind of difficult to reconcile with. Yo, this is editing Ethan from the future of the previous Ethan you just saw. God love me for going in without a script and trying to just like talk about these things off the top of my head. Unfortunately, what follows after this is a very disjointed, disconnected, emotional 40-minute rant about feelings of being treated differently based on looks. And it is quite a big topic, and it goes into a lot of things. I don't feel like I managed to express myself in the most succinct or efficient way, and I think it's probably best to leave the video here on a high note, because the overall takeaway is that we are stronger, still performing more reps with heavier weights than last time, and on the aesthetic and appearance level, we are, as I mentioned earlier, developing a body that we're feeling comfortable in and proud of, and more in line with the way we want to present ourselves to the world. I think that's a very nice and positive note to leave things on. There is this more upsetting part of it, which is more of a societal commentary just on the way I feel I've been treated between when I was overweight, when I was skinny fat, and how I am now. But ultimately, I think that is such a massive topic, and for this to be a fitness update video, the major objective has been complete. Maybe I'll consolidate these thoughts and make a proper script and discuss it more in a future video. I need to be more consistent with these fitness updates. I'd love for them to be monthly. If I could end this with any kind of message to leave you guys with, it's to not let other people's perceptions of you define your self-worth. I don't think we can help judging people. I think that's just a byproduct of being a social species. I know it's a very common thing for people to say like, who are you to judge? And we shouldn't judge people, but we do judge, whether it's an initial snap judgment when we first meet someone, to evaluating our acquaintances and friends and even family members or lovers. I think it's bad to judge from a position of superiority, as if you think you're better than anyone else. But I think to judge, as in to just assess someone and decide how you feel towards someone, it is a pretty natural thing. And where that is concerned, what I would advise is try to base these judgments and these assessments on the quality of the person in terms of their behavior, their nature, their ideals, who they are foundationally as a person, as opposed to what they look like. I understand that inferences could be made from someone based on how they appear, but ultimately they are assumptions, and the only way we can actually get to know someone is by being exposed to their personality, which they will exhibit through their words and through their actions. Arguably more so through their actions than their words. It's very easy to say one thing but do another. But before this goes off the rails, I think I just want to leave it there. Health and fitness is doing good. I'm feeling good. Our performance is up. And yeah, if there's a passing message to this fitness update, it's to not let others define your sense of self-worth. It's not to let looks or appearances have a big hand in how you evaluate your own self-worth. It's to recognize that it's who you are as a person. That's the thing that stands to be evaluated, not how you appear. And I feel like societally we would probably function a lot better if we based our judgment around the words and actions of people before the way they appear to us. And I don't think anybody should be treated better because we like the way they look, nor should they be treated worse because we don't like the way they look. But all of that, I think, is deserving of its own video that needs to be well thought out, well constructed, well scripted, and I don't have that currently. And maybe I won't. Maybe I'll decide it's not worth delving into any deeper, but maybe that'll be a future video, maybe it won't. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, have a good day or night whenever you watch this, and I'll see you around. Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.